Thank you so much for attending Wcon. Benz gives her gratitude and thanks to everybody who attended. It's a wonderful thing to attend really and to give a talk. It's my second time. It's my second time. I was here around 6-7 months ago talking about how I've been in the industry for 25 years. And we were really planning, hey, what do I talk about now? Because it's basically parang nandito na lahat ng cards ko. But then, I came up with something I really like to share it to you guys. Because, over the years, me and Benz, we've had a really good relationship with Weddings at Work. A lot of you guys know that I've been part of Weddings at Work. Day one talaga, day one, from the very start. Around 1999, 2000, I was with them when they were starting out as a Yahoo group and then eventually a Facebook group. And we always talk about industry. We always talk about how grateful we are. We always talk about how thankful, how difficult it is sometimes, and how fulfilling it is ultimately after all these years. And mamaya, actually, I really want to end this later with what we have been sharing between each other the past couple of months that we've been sharing time together. Yeah, because we have been sharing a lot of time together. Anyways, yeah. So these are 10 things that I've learned over 25 years. And Tom San was telling me, oh my God, Jason, you've only learned 10 things in 25 years. It's like, hey, what can I say? I'm a slow learner. So 10 is enough. And if you get 1 or 2 things out of this talk, I am good. My drive to Southwoods is well worth it. Okay, so 25 years, 25 quote unquote, because in actuality, this year is my 26th year doing wedding videography, right? So my wish for a lot of you, if not all of you, is that I wish you could do this for as long as you want to. At sabi nga ni Pepe kanina, hanggang mamatay, right? Hanggang mamatay. I have so much respect for the panel a while ago here. Apat, di ba sila? You know why? Because I don't think that way. I'm not that smart. I don't know what trading is. I don't know what stocks is, right? But I do know wedding videography and I do know the wedding industry. And that's what I'm good at. Hell, that's what I'm great at. That's what I'm the best at. And I'm going to continue doing this thing until I want to, right? Number one, you have to find your tribe. Okay? Especially the people who are just starting out. I'd like to ask, I wasn't here in the morning, but who is in year 1 to 5 of the business? Year 1 to 5. Start pa lang. Okay, grab somebody over there. What do? You do photo, video? Sorry, you shut up? DJ, perfect. Okay, you have a DJ there. How about here? Year 1 to 5. Alright, so we have maybe 10 years in the business over here. Isn't it, anybody raise your hands? 10 years, year 10? Nah, not you, Joe. You started in 99. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I heard you. Anyways, isn't it the best thing na meron kang kasabay habang nagninegosyo ka and that you're building, You are building what you want to build, what you want to happen for yourself. And at the same time, meron kang tropa na parang, pare kaya natin to. Pare we're gonna break out this year. Pare, mataas tayo ng pressure in a little bit in 2 years. Parang hina ngayon, parang ganyan. Always the best guy, right? You always have to find somebody, you always have to find a circle around you for people na para mag-referral kayo, para meron kayong times na parang magsabihin ng problema. I'm going to tell you my tribe when I was starting out. Look at this guy. Look at that guy. The one in the middle. That's Dino Lara, right? So this is circa, I would say 2004 or 2005. Look at Dino, hindi nagpapago yung tsura. Dati mukha na siyang matanda, at gano'n yung matanda pa. So, I started with Dino actually, and there's this other photographer, his name is Paul Rana. Paul Rana is the brother-in-law of Benz Rana. Unfortunately, he passed very, very early at a very young age. And siya yung kasabay mo. Siya yung actually kasabay ko. Alam mo na nag-bridal fair, magka-share kami ng booth. sa ano ito, sa Coconut Palace. Wala na Coconut Palace ngayon. And I see this and I want to reinforce this thought that people should have rights. People should have, people to lean on. And I see boy, and I see pets, I see law, and the people who, like, kasama si Toto, right? Kasama si Toto. Ako, yung mga nakakasabay kong photographer ngayon, of course, we know already retired, no? By his own choosing, on his terms, very important. Ngayon, at yung mga nakakasama ko, mga mas bata, yeah. So, Melvin is there, Melvin, who used to be part of Team Patty, but now he is by himself. Melvin with photography coordinators, please recommend, And this is with Pat and with other people. So ibig sabihin, nag-evolve din yan, Nag-evolve. I wouldn't say ma-outgrow yung mga original ng mga kasama. Pero sometimes, sometimes they retire or they stop. And you move into a different space. You move into a different circle. And that is perfectly fine. So, ang sarap na meron, nothing beats the wedding industry, nothing beats going to weddings. When you go, in the morning, and when you see photographers that you really like or are friends with, work does not feel work at all. And that's the best thing about doing weddings. One of my favorite things that happened in a wedding, up until now, there's this moment na nag-edit na ako, and then bilang papasok yung mga host dun sa room, tapos makikipagkwentuhan ng konti, parang sa really small talk, whether it's Kevin or Atom or JC, it's like kamustahan ng konti or even Sam, parang, kamusta na, and then alam nila, they have to respect my time, okay, parang nag-interact later, we get a couple of days after, sometimes wala, sometimes meron, but it's a great feeling. I cherish those feelings, those times, So every time, I really like that. It was a preparation, become a photographer, even the planners definitely. I love that. And I really feel, again, to get a little bit of a foothold on the industry. Hindi kasabay kita. Right? So that's number one. You find your tribe, you stick to it, and you grow, and you help each other. And definitely, don't be afraid to call each other out, Kapag merong may mali, if there's a fault, me and Dino, before, way back, there was always a lot of back and forth. How do we run this business? How do we grow this? A lot of financial decisions, a lot of philosophical discussions about where the wedding industry is going, right? So, that's number one, you find your tribe. Okay, number two, please don't overlook customer service. I really believe at this point in time na, everybody who's here to videographers at a certain level, at a certain price point, lahat tayo magaling. Lahat tayo magaling gumawa ng video. We practically use the same cameras. We use the same Sony cameras. We use Adobe Premiere Pro, sometimes use Resolve. We use the same color grading software. It's practically all the same. I always, when I do workshops for Sony or wedding videography, I always want to emphasize that fact. At the end of the day, what is the differentiator? How do you deal with clients, your customer service? And this encompasses a lot of things, really a lot of things. From the very first point of contact, how early do you meet and how prompt is your reply to the inquiry, right? How good is your grammar? How pleasant is the email? When you meet, how well dressed are you? Right? And of course, on the day of the wedding, how do you present yourself? Not just you, but the entire team. How do you conduct yourself in front of everybody else in the wedding? How do you shoot? Magulong kayo sa ceremony? Yung after sales mo, right? How fast do you deliver and can you turn over the product? I'm not saying I'm not perfect all of this, so I'm good at that, right? I have my own flaws. We tell you a little bit. So even the after service, that counts. And at the end of the day, di ba? Ito na video lahat ng videography company, lahat ng photography company, ang ganda ng photos. Pero how do you deal? How do you deal? What is the experience of your client what is the experience of your customer the whole time, from the moment that they inquire, you shop your wedding up to the end. Right? Super, super important. I think that's really one of the focus of like the way I've run my company over the past 25 years. Ano mga pain points ko? Pain points ko, delivery pa rin. Sobrang hirap talaga. Kasi, ewan ko baka namin mag-edit eh. Sino videographer dito nasa kamay? Okay, sino may backlog?
Nasa mga...
Oh my God. Guys, sobrang hirap magka-backlog talaga.
Patapos na, March na.
Hindi ko alam. Okay? It's been a problem. During the pandemic, it wasn't a problem because we were able to keep up with all the editing with Wcon2. But right now, it's a problem again. And how do I address that? The same way I address a lot of my products, I throw money at it. I just need more editors. I need more editors. Okay? Which means that, okay, you're a great editor, medyo masali ako sa ganyan. Okay, magaling ka editor, how much? Okay, good. Alright, I farm it out locally, just to keep it parang to a manageable level. In my contract, it's around 11, 12 months, but now we're doing, I believe, May or June for next year. So, for last year, so I think we're keeping good time. So, it's always been a problem. So that's a problem for me, but I'm very proud to say that, I'm very on point in my team, we're very on point with communication with the couples. Sometimes, guys, isipin nyo, we should not be in a position na parang we take it for granted that people email us and contact us. We should never take that for granted. If they're the first people, if they're the first persons to contact us, reply kagad. Whether it's a DM on Instagram, whether it's an email, right? Just reply. They're asking for the rates. You have a template, you have a boilerplate reply. Go, copy, paste. Just change the name. Okay? And that will open up so many more things talaga for you guys. Because it's a very easy problem to solve. Ano ba naman to? You hear other people, ang tagal mag-reply. Reply na lang yun, right? So guys, if you're too busy, just get somebody to reply, or at least do a bot, or get an auto reply. This is it's one thing that you can really remedy right away. So yeah, the customer service. Okay? By the way, one of the things that really get to me, and I really get feeling when I get feedback from my customers or from my clients is that, it goes without saying, I really love when people tell me that, hey, Jason, thank you so much for the beautiful video, right? But I get extra kicked when people say that they had a great time at their wedding filming with me and my team, right? Number two, wow, hindi namin naramdaman na shoot kami dahil ang gaan ng pakiramdam namin the whole time. And three, it felt like we really enjoyed the wedding as well. So again, this is really more than the beautiful video that we did for them, but it's how me and my team conducted ourselves the whole time during the ceremony. That for me is that's super plus points. And I always tell that to my team na parang, hey, this is what our couple said last weekend, and it's a morale boost talaga. It is a morale boost. Okay? Let's talk about raising prices. Okay? Let's talk about raising prices. It was really random for me when I started this business because hindi ko alam kung ano talaga yung susundan ko. Hindi ko alam kung wala akong technique at that time. And to be honest, I started around 5,000, 7,500 pesos. This was around, of course, 25 years ago. And it was just super incremental of how I would raise my prices. But I think my general rule, as I mature into the business, is that if I feel that I'm really working too much, if I'm getting too much clients, that probably means that you're pricing too low. Okay? If you get too many clients at X price point, and you feel you can't like handle the volume and you feel that the quality, is suffering because of the amounts of clients that you have. For videography, it's like, it's just burnout, it's feeling tired all the time, at nasusuka ka na dahil sa backlog mo. Pag sobra-sobra mo ng daming backlog, that means that you're good, right? You have so many clients, you are good. And also that means that, hey, maybe you're too good for your clients, that's why people are getting you, and at the same time, you cannot go and fulfill the deliverables. That goes for photography and videography. So if you feel that, okay, and this is my general thing, if you feel that, I think it's time to increase your prices. Okay? And of course, you have to factor in how much are you spending, what are the operational costs, how much are you paying your videographers or your photographers, how much is Dropbox, how much is subscription of Premiere Pro, operational costs. And then incrementally, increase, just a little bit to where you're more comfortable at. And I'm going to be the first one to tell you, it's never comfortable, at the start. Every time na mag-i-increase ako ng presyo, sobra akong kinakabahan. Okay? Baka napag-price out ko yung sarili ko sa market. Nakakatakot yun, sobrang nakakatakot. And it's always like maybe, I'll feel it like maybe yung first 4 to 6 months, bagal yan. Sobrang bagal talaga. To the point na, did I make the right decision? Did I screw this up? Ang saya-saya ko lang at this price point. Medyo nakapag-relax ako ng konti, medyo nabawasan ng booking, pero oh my God, parang bumabawas na talaga to It's always nerve-wracking. It's always like something na, oh my God, kinakabahan ako. Okay? But it always, evens out. It always evens out in the long run, right? You get a little bit less bookings, but you earn the margins are a bit more per booking that you get. Okay? So it's always a balance. It's always a balance. I mean, if you can do volume, that's well and good. If you can do volume, you can deliver, and you're satisfied with the quality you're delivering, perfectly fine. But for people who can't do volume, like myself, I can't do volume. I just really have to be careful about how I price myself and how I price my services to my clients. So that's a general rule for increasing rates. Okay. So we always talk about this in the events. Avoid complaining about other suppliers. Okay? Yung mga nagsasabi na, oh my God, nakamabagong suppliers ngayon. Sinisira nila ang industriya. Napakababa nila sumingil. Grabe. Ano ba yan? Paano nila buhay? I'm going to tell you guys, that complaint has been around for the longest time, longer than I've been doing weddings. There's always somebody na hinira ng industriya. But guess what, guys? The industry is still here. It is thriving. It is alive. It is kicking. We have Wcon2 here, right? We have very, very successful suppliers across the board, across the markets. It's just really not true. Who says that? Naninira lang yung mga yan ng market. Who says that? Ang mga walang kliyente. Okay? Yun. Okay? Now, I've never said this. Meron bang chance na sabihin ko ito? Oo naman. If I'm old and bitter, kasi wala nang bubuk sa akin, sabihin ko yan. Di ba? Mahal din. Mababasungin. Kirkirkuhan video. No? I can't be old and bitter in the future. But right now, like I'm just telling you, it's just the way it is. This is capitalism, baby. Right? It's a free market. You cannot dictate, the rates or prices of your competitors. If they're going to give it out for free, hello, Attorney for Two, they're going to give it out for free because they can afford it. Okay? So, what's the solution here? Obviously, there is no solution. But what is the hope? The hope is that these suppliers are going to realize that they're not going to be able to continue their businesses by charging solo. Right? At the end of the day, kapag dumating na yung mga bills, operational costs, yung pagkasweldo, yung materyales, mas malalaman mo na parang, oh my God, kulang talaga ang sinisipil ko. It has to be, self-discovery. They have to realize that for themselves. Okay? And no amount of hatred from those suppliers, will be able to change that viewpoint. Let them enjoy that. Let them enjoy that for 1, 2, 3 years. Mura, maganda lahat sa kanila. That's perfectly fine. Okay? But then kailangan mabago yung business model na yan na parang, this is too low. I cannot survive. My business will not survive with this kind of, with this pricing structure. We let them realize that for themselves. We can't really dictate it. Okay? And again, the industry is alive and kicking. It doesn't really matter. It is a free market. People will price it the way that they want to price it. Right? And ako, ever since talaga, ang mentality ko dyan, if I am on my year 10, year 15, or year 20, I should not concern myself with people who are on year 3 and year 5. Okay? Iba na dapat yung market na ginagalawan ko from the people who are just starting out. Okay? So I'm always cognizant of that fact na kailangan na-realize ko na iba na dapat. Okay? Iba yung sinuserve ng market, iba yung sinuserve ng market. Okay? So I always try to remember that so that I don't grow old, bitter, and angry at other suppliers. Okay? And you can always tell me and tell me on the parang, Vince can always tell me now, don't be bitter. You gotta get around it. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, very important to, guys. You're never always up, and you're never always down. Ibig sabihin lang dito is, sometimes you're on top of your game, sometimes you're doing good, and sometimes you're not. Sometimes it's a down year, and it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine, really, because that's the way life is. You can't always be happy. You can always be sad. It's a cycle, right? It's a cycle. When you're up, that's great. You try to save, you invest, you give back to the business, you try to scale up, right? You feel happy, you take your vacation, you buy your designer bag, you buy your watch. Those are the early drafts, of course. You always have. You cannot do that. It's fine. And you enjoy it. You enjoy it because you work hard for it. You work hard for it. But the opposite is sometimes people move on. People book other people. People book other suppliers. And sometimes COVID or pandemic hits. Sometimes somebody better than you comes along. Sometimes, personal shit fucks you up, and it's fine. And what you do? If you're down, you try to assess what's wrong. Am I doing a worse job at my videos? Am I pricing it too high? Am I late in my emails? Is my customer service lagging? You assess. No? Ito yung pinag-uusapan din natin parati na parang it's medyo if you wallow in that pit of pity and despair and thinking about how to pay your bills, parang naawa ka ng sarili mo, oh my God, woe is me, magiging cycle yan. At sabi nga ni Pastor kanina, power of words. If you think it will happen. Power of words. But then, again, it's a great time to reassess. Great time to reassess. See, what can I do to the business? What can I do to myself to elevate this? Because I don't want to be down forever. Right? I don't want to be down forever. I'm a big believer. I'm a big fan of what Melvin did. Melvin is like freaking premier wedding photographer. Right? During his time, destination. Almost got deported, but lumusot pa rin sa Amerika. Kasi pupunta yan ng Amerika 5 times in 2 months. Diba? Ganyan. He decided, I don't want to market. I don't want to market. I just want to take photos because I'm great at taking photos. I'm going to join Badly. And he did. And he flourished. And he liked it. until the time that he didn't like it anymore, right? He's like, you know, I'm the captain of my own ship. I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I want to run the Tokyo Marathon, Australian Marathon. I'm gonna do Ironman. I'm gonna do shit, right? Big fan, big fan. So after the time is up, I want to do it on my own again. I want to do it on my own again. And that's what he's doing right now. Ako, sabi ko nga, gagawin ko ito habang kaya pa, di ba? Isip ko, I'm expensive, I'm so expensive. What if people don't like this kind of expensive videography anymore? No, paano kaya? Apply kaya ako kay Shanice. Mag-guest editor kaya ako sa Nice Print, no? Parang Nice Print, featuring, parang feature, di ba? Parang Bruno Mars featuring Rose. Nice Print featuring Jason Magbanwa. Tapos I'm gonna like maybe charge, like whatever, etc. Di ba? Because I still want to edit, but I don't want to market anymore. I'm moving to that. And maybe not now, but in the future. So it's like, these are things that I think about. That, again, it's great to be on top. I've been on top, I've been on the bottom, I've been in the bottom, guys. But life goes on, no? Life goes on. And sometimes, you know, weddings talaga, you just don't let what you do define you. You don't let, your work define you. Because there's so many other circles of your life that are, that are more than what you do, more than what you work, more than is what your work. So there. So, yun. Gulong ng palad. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Perfectly fine, it's perfectly normal. Oh, last thing about this, if you're up and if you're down, don't let it get into your head. Don't let it get into your head. Again, hindi naman kasi magtatagal yan. Hindi ka forever nasa taas, hindi ka forever nasa baba. So, chill. Chill, it's fine, you enjoy it. You enjoy it when you're on top, and don't get to your head here at the bottom. Because things are going to look up. If you're on the bottom, there's always a chance to go up. Haha! Be wary of the internet. Okay? Be wary of the internet. I'm going to tell you before, nung nagsisimula pa lang ang Google, Google ko pangalan ko. Hindi na. Nakakaakit yung Jason Magbanwa. Okay. So, it's nice. The internet is a tool. It's a super great tool to market. It's a super great tool to be discovered by other people, especially clients, definitely. And that's what I use social media now. That's what I use the internet now. Okay? So, but I know that if you're given a bad review, don't let it get you down. I know so many people who really get depressed because of bad reviews, because they talk on goddamn site Reddit, So, if people talk about that, and what can you do? There's really nothing you can do. And I'm afraid to say that it's only going to get worse. The way that internet is being run, it's only going to get worse. Dahil anonymity, it's just rampant. It's just rampant, especially on Reddit. Facebook, okay, Gary, you mentioned that you fake news and everything like that. But I think we should, you should create a healthy relationship with the internet. And by that I mean that use it to your advantage, but do not let it bring you down and just ruin your day when you read a stupid post about you and your work, or a bad review about your work, and it's going to ruin that. Because for me, you should have a healthier relationship than that. Because at the end of the day, the internet, it's not a real place. If it's a real place, it's a very cruel place. It's not a real place. What is real? What is real is the people around you, your friends, your circles, your clients, right? That is real, right? When people email you and inquire about your services, that is real. And whatever review there is on Reddit, okay, it's gonna fade away. It's gonna fade away. It doesn't really matter. What matters is is the email coming into your inbox of people being interested in your service. I mean, sobrang galing mo kung 100% approval rating ka, di ba? So, walang ganun talaga. Walang 100% approval rating. Mababaliw ka lang, masisira ang ulo mo, masisira ang araw mo. So, find a healthy relationship with the internet, social media, and just use it and consider it as a tool. Okay? Yes. And don't search yourself.
I do.
Okay. Keep up, adapt. This was also mentioned a while ago. No? This is one of the things that I really proposed about. Keep up, adapt. Because after 26 years, man, I still love what I do. I still love making videos for my clients. And I believe, no, it's really a combination of luck, okay, divine intervention, however you want to call it, and a lot of hard work, okay? But this thing, adapting myself, adapting the way that I approach weddings, is really one of the keys of how I have kept this business afloat, no, over the years. Just really adapting to the times. Guys, you have to remember, I started filming weddings when my couples were older than me. And then it became that to be mga couples. And now, kalimutan ko lang yung mga tita natin, mga tita. Alright? So, it's like, man. Well, everybody calls me sir. You know what? The groom or the bride calls me sir. I think I prefer that over Nico Jason, no? But it is what it is. That's why I have to adapt and keep up. Na parang, hey, I have to just be aware and recognize what's happening. You know, what is the zeitgeist in the culture. I always have to. It's nice because it's not a chore for me. Hindi mahirap sa akin mag-update because I love culture, I love technology, I love current events. This is all natural for me. It's all natural, the way that I approach all of this and how I apply it to the business. See, for example, no, lahat kasi ng trends, napagdaanan ko na. I always joke about this na, sa simula ko lang ako, nagpapalipat pa sila ng mga dogs sa Lagustin at saka sa Manila Cathedral sa entrance. Ngayon, bawal na yun, no? Bawal na yan, yung mga dogs na ganyan. Nagsushoot ako nila ng ice sculpture, ng Wcon2, gano'n. Tapos, dati, Shayas, parating merong dati yung chocolate fondue. Yung chocolate fondue, saka yung Mongolian barbecue, you know, these things have come and gone, and now it's champagne towers, and it's like smaller cakes. I mean, those of the smaller cake, dati yung mga cake benching. Oh my God, 8 feet, 9 feet. Parang, ang laki talaga ngayon. Mas okay na. Okay. People now spend for drinks. Diba? Manila Craft, like the other bar, na parang, naiiba. So, naiiba talaga. So, over these years, I try to really just keep a pulse on what is happening and keep a pulse on the trends and try to apply that to how I approach my business. And I think that really is one of the edges that I have now and one of the things that have kept my business afloat. Sobrang saya kasi, you know, like, since they are much younger than me, but I try to, when I communicate with them, when I meet with them, like, okay, what do you guys listen to? What do you guys listen to? What are you binging on? Right? Like, and these are things that I continue to update myself. Okay, ano ba yung heated rivalry? So, it's like, it's because I love pop culture in general. So these are things that I'm able to apply with the wedding discipline. Love it. But wala, no? You always have to take your strength. Ibig sabihin dito for these days. At this point in time, alam ko na kung saan ako magaling. Right? Napaghindi na ako pwede na. Storytelling, narrative, ganyan. I have given up really quick, fast edits or the use of a gimbal and just really flashy anything. That's really not me. That's not me. That is the realm of other people. Like let's say Studio K or Forever Mine or like other studios. And there's always a market for that. You know? There's a market for that, and there's a market for what I do. So that means that I know what I am good at, and therefore I will stay in my lane. No, I will screen everything out. I got a gamit ko to, this kind of storytelling structure, this new piece of music, but I will remain to my core, which is storytelling and narrative. And how do I know this? Because I've tried other styles, and I failed miserably at it. I'm bad at it, right? I tried it, and it didn't fulfill me, it didn't gratify me, and I found it really flat, and I don't like it. And therefore, I will stick to what I know, and I will stick to what I am great at. So that is playing to my strength. Because, no, again, after all these years, I should know what I am good at then, right? I can't be everything to everybody, di ba? Rule number one of marketing, you cannot be everything to everybody. You have to find your niche. You have to find the clients who appreciate your work. Always. Okay, I'd like to emphasize this. It's already mentioned a while ago that at the end of the day, na talagang siniserve natin dito is our couples, our clients, always. Yeah. If you are young, and if you are like just really sobrang ambisyoso, which I was. Maybe up until now, parang feeling ko kasi parang ikaw parati yung bida. No, dumaan ako sa face na yan, ako yung bida. Ako yung sasalba sa wedding na to. Ako ang pinakamagaling na supplier. Ako ang pinakamahal na supplier. Ganyan, no? So these things hurt my mind. It's like super detrimental, super unnecessary. I've been through that. The parang at the end of the day, really, everybody, it was mentioned a while ago, this is teamwork. All the suppliers work together for one goal. Nobody supersedes anybody else. The goal is to make the client have the most unforgettable and happiest wedding of their life. This wonderful day. It's always teamwork. It's always not one bida over anybody else. That's the core. Always make them happy. And, you know, kapag ito yung goal mo, mas magaan talaga lahat. Mas magaan. Hindi mo iniisip na ikaw yung magaling. Hindi mo iniisip na parang, kailangan mas wilito. Hindi na parang kailangan mo overshadow mo ang ibang supplier. Pag wala na lahat yun, and you find that this is the goal, make them happy, everything becomes easier. Everything just becomes more like, natural. And it's just a better working environment for everybody else. Just remember that. The client is the core, it's the center. Alright, I get asked this when I do talks. It's okay to feel tired, it's okay to take breaks, and it's okay to take vacations as well. You know, the hardest, wedding people are the most hardworking people I've ever met in my entire life. Like, especially the coordinators. Mga photographer, tama yan. Pero the planners, they work non-stop. My God. Okay? And I feel, this is a very recent conversation I've had also, that it's okay to not do anything once in a while. Sometimes we're caught up in schedules. Sometimes we're just really caught up in like, okay, I have to do this. Because this is the culture that we're just really fostering. Hyper efficiency, hyper productivity, hyper results. Okay? With all the self-help books, how to be this, how to be that, etc. But, you know, it's great to not do anything once in a while and take breaks. Okay? It's okay to take that vacation. It's okay to not do anything, maybe read, listen to music, listen to records. And it's fine, you deserve it because we all work hard during the weekends. It's nice to take a day off or two during the weekdays. Okay? That's my rule. I don't have meetings on Mondays because I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, please don't call me. I won't even reply. Tuesday, I get back to work. Monday is mine. Just set aside time for yourself to recharge, you know. Whether, if you can't afford that Euro vacation, doesn't matter, go to the right time, or eat in a nice restaurant that you love. Listen to a podcast or listen to music. So it's okay to take a break. So don't kill ourselves. At the end of the day, diba? Ito yun eh. Do we really want money to be the center of our existence? That's a very existential question. I totally, truly understand that we all need money. I totally, truly understand that we have to pay the bills. I'm better now. I'm not that wealthy. I'm not well off. I'm good, but I don't want money to be the center of my existence. Because it's annoying. I think it's a mirage to aim for that. It's a mirage. Because it never ends. The more that you shop online, everything's there. The more that you do Lazada, the more that you do Amazon. Parang you get that dopamine hit when the package arrives. Then after that, what's next? You want to shop some more. These are very existential philosophical things that you may get to, that enter your head when you're much older. And these are things that enter my head. At the end of the day, I guess, it is truly the people around you, the real people around you, and the relationships that you foster that are truly the most significant things in your life. Money is nice, yes, money is nice, but it's not the end all and be all. I cannot imagine saying that 10 years or 15 years ago, to be honest, really. Okay, so all the industries, and probably all the workplaces in the world have politics, intrigue, disappointments, bad actors, people you don't like working with, same as the wedding industry. But really, at the end of the day, that's why you're attending Wcon2. That's why we are friends with everybody here. I know a lot of people here, and it's just a great industry to be in. It is a great industry. Diba? Saan ka pa na parang you're gonna get paid for something that you do, that you love doing, and you get paid and you get thanked for it? It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. So, this is one of the things that really, sabi ko nga, kanina nabanggit, hanggang mamatay, hanggang kaya. That's why I love the industry so much. So there, those are the things I have learned over 26 years. And if you have questions, I would love to answer them.